Hi, this is Tara Long, the creator of the Heal Yourself Now Masterclass and host of the Wide Awakened Healing podcast. I wanted to give us a minute of face-to-face time so that you can see who is going to be presenting this webinar to you. And if you are experiencing anxiety and or panic attacks, you are in the right place. And I so look forward to helping you on your journey to healing yourself. I'm in my office right now in Honolulu, Hawaii. I wanted to give you guys a little picture of what it's like outside because it's beautiful, but alas, I'm in my office today. So please do enjoy the presentation. There's a lot of incredible information for you, and just right now take a deep breath, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I look forward to connecting with you on the other side. Okay, aloha. Okay, let's get started on our presentation, Transforming Anxiety from Fear to Freedom. To prepare for a transformational experience today, turn up the volume so you can hear. Close other windows on your computer like Facebook and email, anything else you have up that can be distracting, because it's really easy, right, to kind of our attention spans are so short these days. So just go ahead and take the distraction away, take the temptation away, and close those other windows. Find a quiet space to watch this webinar and remove other distractions like your phone, other devices, and outside noise to the best of your ability. This really is I want this to be an experience for you. So the more you actually watch it and put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. This presentation is about information that you can put into practice right now. It is an experience. So in order for you to absorb the information, it is important that you are here with me. And we're going to also be doing a guided meditation. And of course, we need no distractions for that as well, so that you can give it everything you've got. And all you really need to do is close your eyes and listen to me. So who is this webinar for? Well, like little Charlie Brown over here, whose anxieties have anxieties, it is for you if you experience anxiety and or panic attacks. You may have tried therapy with a psychologist, psychiatrist, counselor, or other therapist. You may have tried medication. These are the four main medications: Xanax, Klonopin, Ativan, and Valium. But there are more. Or maybe you have not reached out for help yet and you feel as though you experience anxiety or panic attacks, but perhaps you feel like you cannot reach out for help because you feel ashamed. And I'm here to tell you that there is nothing to be ashamed of when you experience anxiety. So just to let you know right now, I'm not selling anything on this presentation. Again, nothing for sale. At the end of the presentation, I do have a special invitation for you, and I'll extend that at the end when we're done. So if you do experience anxiety and panic attacks, you may also experience feelings of overwhelm and fear, not just every once in a while, but possibly daily. You may have insomnia. You have such a restless mind at night and you cannot settle enough to get a good night's sleep. You may have trouble falling asleep or trouble staying asleep through the night. You, of course, have anxiety or panic attacks with shortness of breath, heart racing, fatigue, weakness in the body or muscles. You may feel like you're going to die, or just this deep sense of doom, like nothing is going to be okay. You may have fatigue, digestive issues, constipation or diarrhea, or just stomach aches, muscle pain, neck, shoulder pain, back pain. These are really common. Headaches, depression, inability to focus or concentrate, and overall little interest or pleasure in life. You may be afraid to be alone or leave your house, not feeling strong enough to face others outside of your home. You may be embarrassed to tell your family or friends, or maybe even to seek help. You're not able to live the life you want or know you're meant to have. You know that there is another version of you that has the potential to experience the life you dream of, but you can't see that right now. You can't see a way to that life. and you feel hopeless about recovering and think you'll have this anxiety for the rest of your life or for a very long time. You may also worry, of course, about everything in life, your family, relationships, job, health, finances, the future. And this may not be just a situational worry. You may just worry all the time, every day, and always have something to worry about. You know, you're worrying about the tiniest things and the biggest things, all of it. They all seem to create this feeling of anxiousness in you, and you just don't have peace in your mind and in your body and in your heart. There's not a peace there. It's just a restlessness and anxiousness. And I want you to know that you are not alone. 40 million Americans in the United States alone experience anxiety disorder. So that's a lot of people. It's not just you. Did you know that the side effects and withdrawal of anxiety medication is actually increased anxiety and depression? The medication is doing nothing to treat or heal the root of the anxiety. It only covers up the symptom. So you are left dependent on and with an increased tolerance to a drug that could be making you worse. Don't you deserve to be healed from this anxiety and not just covering up the symptom? If you're here watching this, you are still looking for answers. You are not satisfied with the treatment you're receiving or with where you're at in relation to the anxiety, and you want your life back. So the other side effects of those benzodiazepines can include, as you know, drowsiness, dizziness, poor balance or coordination, slurred speech, trouble concentrating, memory problems, confusion, stomach upset, headache, blurred vision. The withdrawal symptoms include increased anxiety, insomnia, depression, confusion, pounding heart, sweating, shaking, restlessness, stomach pain, panic attacks, nausea, and in severe cases, seizure. So this is what you get with the medication that is not actually healing anything, but just covering up the symptom of anxiety. So here you are. We're going to start on the left. On the left of the screen, as you see this window with this beautiful beach outside, and let's just pretend for a moment that you're a little mosquito and you really, really, really want to get out to that beach because you know life is good out there. It's breezy. There's lots of people to bite and lots of things to do. So you try to go out the window and you keep banging your head against the glass because the window is closed and nobody's really there to open it for you. You keep doing the same things. You keep trying the same things to treat the anxiety or to distract yourself from it. And distractions, of course, can include drugs and alcohol. It can include television. It can include, overeating, over shopping, sex. I mean, all these things can become distractions and addictions. So either you're doing that or you're medicating. And both of those things are not healing you. You still have this issue. So you're banging your head against this window. And what you don't know is that if you go down the hall a little bit to the right, there's this beautiful doorway that leads to this beach. And it's open. It's just open for you. You can just fly right out and head over to this amazing, amazing life out here on the beach where you can fly around and it's all breezy. And it's just another way. It's another way that you don't know about, haven't thought of, or too afraid to try. And so that's where I come in. I can help you, guide you, and lead you to this other way that works. So let's talk for a moment about external versus internal healing. So on the left, you can see where conventional Western medicine is the old paradigm. The way we're looking at the body is different. We're just looking at the physical body, and the doctor is the healer, right? The doctor is the one who makes you, quote unquote, makes you better, or therapist. Your opinion and intuition is largely ignored, right? They know what's best for you. You take the medication to change your body's physiology, or you go to therapy, or again, there's just distraction, right? And then on the right, we have the holistic approach to healing, which is the new paradigm. In this new paradigm, where everything is taken into consideration, you are the healer. Your whole life and everything about you is the larger picture to your healing process. Your opinion and intuition is the most important part of healing. You know what's best for you. You get to awaken your own inner healer with the help of a guide to change your body's physiology. That's right, to change your body's physiology so you no longer experience the anxiety and the panic attacks. There is hope. So you have been trying thus far to heal from the outside in. Did you know that you have the power to heal yourself completely from the inside out? So let's take a look at the pie, the healing pie, I like to call it. These are all the different parts of your life and of yourself, right? On the left, you can see the physical. So treating the physical body, like we do with medication, is just one piece of the puzzle, right? Like that game where you have little pie pieces. It's just one of those pie pieces. Of course, if you're also seeking therapy, you're addressing the mental. On the right, on the upper right, the mental quadrant of healing, which is very important. A lot of therapy, not all of it, but can reinforce the situation that you have going on because you continue to talk about your story instead of looking for ways to move forward and take action, right? So we've also got the emotional little pie of healing. Your emotions are a huge, huge, huge part of healing, and healing your emotional health can trickle down to heal everything, your physical health, everything. And of course, your relational health is the relationships you have with yourself and others. Very important for the healing process. And your spiritual health. So this is the part of you that is greater than the physical body, your soul, if you will. And your soul has messages for you. But if we don't know how to listen to them or are not listening to them, then we can't get the best answer for our healing, right? It's like listening to your intuition. What is right for you? And nobody can know that but you. So these are all the pieces of healing, and we need to pay attention to all of them for true, lasting healing. Just paying attention to the physical body and treating it, and perhaps having some therapy too, a little bit of mental healing, if that therapist is doing that work. It's not always so. Some therapy is great and some therapy is not so great. So I'll just leave it at that. But it's still not the whole picture. So are you ready for another way? Are you ready to explore and claim the power within you to transform yourself and your life? If so, please continue watching. I'd love to have you. And if not, then you should stop here. If you are happy with where you're at with your health, if you're happy with taking medication or just distracting yourself, if you're happy with that and you're not ready to step through that open door, then there's no need for you to go on. But if you're ready to take the red pill, like Morpheus asked Neo in The Matrix, which is one of my favorite movies, then you should continue. So, if you're ready for the red pill, let's go ahead. And congratulations, you have chosen a path that will lead to rewards beyond your imagination. The journey of self-healing is growth, expansion, and ultimately a journey back to yourself, a journey home. You are not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. We just need to uncover who you truly are once again. It's a remembrance of your true self, and your soul knows who that is. So if you're here, it means that you haven't yet fully committed to the internal healing journey and you're still looking for answers. But because you're here, you are now ready to commit. You are ready to transform, and I acknowledge you and congratulate you for that. So let's go forward. So I want you just to just after I explain, I want you to stop the slide, the presentation, and I want you to write down either on paper or your phone or whatever. I want you to just jot down what in your life right now is not serving you. Meaning, what do you not like about your life? What makes you unhappy? What do you wish were different? And I just want you to write them down so that you can get the ball rolling in that direction. So go ahead and pause, write that down, and then come back. Okay, so what you're going to learn today, just keep that list, kind of in your head or near you for now. That's all I want you to do. You don't have to do anything with it. So today you're going to learn how to take your power back, how to heal yourself, and change your world, and ultimately change the world, right? Because the best thing we can do in the world is to work on ourselves, is to transform our own hearts and minds and bodies. That is the greatest gift we can give to others, because we are all connected and our energy affects everything and everyone. We are not tiny little beings that don't have any impact in the world. That's not true. You have massive impact, massive impact. So join the revolution with us. All right, so we're going to do just a quick guided relaxation exercise. So this is the part where I would like you to go ahead and remove any distractions. If you need to close the door or turn your phone off, press pause and then come back. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Whether you're sitting or lying is okay. Close your eyes and just get in a comfortable position. It doesn't have to be any particular position, just get comfortable. And I want you to take a nice few deep breaths. And just feel the breath. Feel the breath moving in through the nostrils, in the back of the throat, down into the lungs, diaphragm, all the way into the abdomen. Feel the breath just filling your body, the most nurturing breath you can possibly take. And as you breathe in, you feel the healing, the relaxation that comes with the awareness of the breath, with giving yourself this beautiful gift of deep breathing. And now I would like you to just bring the energy to your heart space, to the place in the middle of your chest where your heart is. And I would like you to breathe in through the heart. And as you breathe in and out through the heart space, you will begin to feel the expansion of your heart. The expansion of the energy of your heart, growing beyond the chest, filling up the space around you with the love that you have in your heart, the love you have for yourself, for others. And now I would like you to just imagine yourself holding a little baby. And this baby, as you look down, you realize is you as a baby. And you hold you as a baby, and you look down and you're laughing and cooing back up at you, so happy, eyes glowing, life radiating out of you, out of this little baby. And you say to the baby, "Baby, I love you. I love you. You are amazing. You are beautiful, inside and out. Everything is available to you. Unlimited amounts of love are available to you. Unlimited amounts of success, of joy, happiness, unlimited amounts of money. Anything you want in the whole universe is available to you. You can have anything and everything And whatever you choose, I love you and I'm here for you and I'll always be here for you. No matter what you need, I have got your back. And you look down at the baby smiling, feeling grateful for this opportunity to share with yourself as a little baby. You feel happy, you feel warm in your heart, you feel grateful for the experience. And bringing the awareness back to the breath, you say goodbye to the baby, and the baby goes on his or her way and will continue on his or her journey and find exactly what he or she is supposed to find. You bring awareness back to the breath, feeling relaxed and grateful for the experience. Feeling your fingers and your toes, feeling your body in the chair or lying down on the bed or the floor. And you slowly begin to open your eyes and bring yourself back to the room, back to this presentation, feeling grateful and relaxed. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that exercise of loving yourself and letting you know as a little young one that the world is really available to you. And so many of us have beliefs that something isn't available to us. Maybe it's love, maybe it's money, maybe it's success or a certain job or a relationship that we want that can last. And we just don't feel like we're worthy enough to have those things or keep those things. But you are. Okay, so if you stick around until the end, you're going to have access to an intuitive investigation audio, in which an audio similar to what we just did, except we are tuning into a specific issue or challenge that you're having in the moment, and you're going to tap into your intuition and find out what the message might be for you. And you can listen to it as many times as you want, over and over. I'm also going to give you an inspiration sheet to create your own healing mantra, which is something like, I am so happy and grateful that my body heals itself quickly and completely, for example. But I'm going to teach you on the sheet how to create your own specifically for you and your unique situation. Just going to go a little bit into who I am and why I'm here talking to you right now. That's me, obviously. My core values, something that's really important to me is freedom. And I realized that in asking myself over and over, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? And I always want to feel free. That's just, my spirit just wants to feel free, and that can mean different things for different people. But I know that the people that I attract to work with also want that freedom, that feeling of freedom in their life and in their body and in their mind. Of course, gratitude is also very important for me. Love, awakening, inner peace, and living from your soul. So living a life aligned with your soul's deepest desires. I am an adventurer, as you can see. This is my first time skydiving a couple of months ago, and I'm so happy I got to do it on the North Shore of Hawaii, which I live on Oahu in Honolulu, and I feel blessed and fortunate every single day to call Hawaii my home. It nurtures me and feeds me, and I really am grateful every single day that I wake up here. So I like to explore and travel, so I love adventures and fun. I'm a helper. I've always been since I was a little girl. I always just wanted to help make people's lives better in whatever way that I could. I'm a seeker. I'm always seeking inside of myself, in the world, for just answers to those deep questions, of life. I'm a paradigm shifter, changer. So bringing humanity into a new, better reality for us, where we are empowered and where we are free to choose to be whoever we want to be, and knowing that that is okay, knowing that we have the power to heal ourselves. In addition to the transformational health and life coaching that I do, I have also been an acupuncturist for over 10 years. I focus on nutrition. I do Chinese herbs, quantum healing hypnosis technique, energy healing, and a lot more. But this is kind of how my practice has evolved over the years, and has led me to use all of this information that I've learned and all of the experience I myself have had to become a transformational health and life coach, so I can help people to get their lives back. And I've helped thousands of people just like you in my 10 plus years of practice, and I feel blessed and grateful for that every day, that I get to do that. It is an honor. So I am also the creator of the Heal Yourself Now Masterclass, which is the first online course of its kind that I know of. Teaches you how to heal yourself. And I am the host of the Wide Awakened Healing podcast, which has been featured on iTunes New and Noteworthy. And I'm also the creator of the Empowered Healing Method, which we are going to go over today. I'm going to teach you today. It's a 5-step method, and I know you're going to love it. Besides my training, experience, credentials, I chose to come into this world to experience many health challenges so that I may one day be here right now talking to you and helping you. And you can see me as a baby on the left. I was my mom, that's my mom, and she always told me that I was such a sick baby, a sick child. I had asthma and allergies and croup, and just was always sick as a baby and a little girl. And so I kind of grew up with her, with that voice in my head and her telling me and identifying with that, a weak immune system, always being sick. I choose no longer to accept that. But that was, and that's not her fault. She just worried about me and wanted me to be well. So my healing journey has been a lifelong. As I've said, I was always sick as a child. I had stomach ulcers starting at age 15, in which I started having severe stomach pain. Went to the doctor. They didn't know they didn't really believe me. They basically told me it was in my head. They gave me medication over and over and over, different kinds of medication. One would stop working, they'd give me another one. In and out of doctors' offices and hospitals, having endoscopies and, poked and prodded with little to no help. Really little to no help. Finally, when I was 21, at the doctor's office at the University of Minnesota, which is where I went to undergrad, I was told by my doctor that they couldn't do anything for me anymore and to go see this acupuncturist. And so I did, and I went to see this acupuncturist, and I think I had 12 sessions with him. After the very first session, I had no more pain in my stomach and could actually eat for the first time since I was 15, could eat food other than, potatoes and oatmeal and just things like that. And it was amazing. And so from that experience, I knew I had to do this for other people. And so I became an acupuncturist. Then, when I graduated college and moved to Texas, to Austin, I became very, very, very ill. Was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome 6 months after going to doctor after doctor and them telling me there was nothing wrong with me. They didn't know. And then, it was one of the scariest times in my life because I felt like I was dying. The symptoms were, it's not just being tired. If you're familiar with CFS, it's so much more than that. But what accompanied that was severe anxiety and depression, because my life, I felt like an 82-year-old woman at 22. And so, and again, they gave me medication after medication with no improvement. I was on tons of different antidepressants and, medication for anxiety and all kinds of stuff. Nothing helped. Clearly, nothing helped. And so I had to figure out how to heal myself. I really did, because I knew that Western medicine was not the answer for me. My spirit was telling me, do something different, do something else, figure it out. And I did. And it was a journey, to be sure. But I'm so grateful for it because now I get to be here to help you through this journey. And that is literally my mission and purpose in life. And I feel so blessed to know that and to be able to do it and get to do it every day. So, anxiety, my friend, is a message. Can you hear it? Anxiety is a message from your body, mind, heart, and soul that something in your life needs to shift. Ultimately, the message is there to help you look inward, love yourself, so transformation can happen. You have been given this anxiety. I know it doesn't feel like a gift, but it is there to help you become, to help you uncover who you really are, to help you transform back into the person that you know you can be. All transformational work starts with you, and then your outside world becomes a reflection of that. So you've been potentially been trying to change the external, whether it's with, by getting medication from someone or just shifting different things in your life. But without doing the work internally, nothing on the outside can stick, if that makes sense. The outside world can only shift when you shift inside. So you've gotten this message to make a shift in other ways before it manifested in your physical body, but you didn't know how to listen or you just ignored it because your physical body is the last place where the message is seen. Perhaps you had a feeling, you had an intuition or a knowing, and then it caused a certain feeling that you didn't like, but you pushed it down, you ignored it, you denied it. So, and then you maybe had thoughts around that, but again, maybe you ignored your intuition giving you a message to do or change something, or maybe you haven't ever heard any of that because you didn't know that there were messages being sent to you. But the message is now here in the form of the anxiety or panic attacks, and that doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It doesn't mean it's your fault. It's just the little message system that we have set up for ourselves before we come into bodies as souls. It's like, hey, if I'm getting too off track, let me know. Or if this is something that I need to learn for my soul's evolution, then, these things happen. These things can happen. The anxiety, panic attacks, a multitude of other, imbalances in the body and the mind. So yes, something is happening to your physiological body now, but you first got the message somewhere else. And again, maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe you didn't know what to do with it. Either way, it's here now. And if you did hear the message but you didn't listen, it was likely due to fear, because change in the unknown can be really, really scary. And you're afraid if you listen to that voice inside that's telling you what might need to change, your life will no longer be comfortable and predictable. Even if you're miserable right now, the known misery is more acceptable than a change that could mean you start living a life you've only dreamed of. But because it's unknown and it's scary, you're too scared to take that first step. Are you ready now to wake up, listen, and take one tiny step in the direction of your dreams and of a life without this anxiety? I really hope you are. I really do. So how do you access the most powerful healer in the universe? You connect with the answers that are inside of you, that come from your soul. So instead of living from the head, which most people with anxiety live in the head and they live in the future. Well, the future isn't a place that exists. Only the present moment exists. Only the present moment is where the peace is where the power is for you to move forward. And in the present moment, you connect to your heart so you can hear the whispers of your soul. So let's quickly go over the levels of healing. We've talked about it a little bit. So the soul, if you can get to the soul level of healing, which is the work I do with people, this is where the messages and information comes from, right? Your soul. That is the truest, has the potential to be the truest way of healing and the most lasting, because you're getting it at the absolute root. So you receive the messages from your soul, and then the heart is able to receive the message. to feel the message, to know it's right for you, then the mind is able to process the message and to know logistically what to do, how to make a plan, to make changes. So then the physical body, it shows up in the physical body, which is the matter. So these are the levels of healing, and most likely you've been at the physical level of healing, right, with the medication or maybe supplements or something else, and you may have already tried going to the mind level of healing, trying to shift your thoughts and things if you've had therapy. But it's more unlikely that you've actually gone to the heart or the soul for healing. And so that's what we're going to do today a little bit. I'm going to teach you the empowered healing method, which I've created, and it accesses all aspects of you, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So let's get started. So what is the empowered healing method? There's 5 steps. Number 1, you first have to own your power. Number 2, surrender. Number 3, love. Number 4, hear the message. And number 5, take action. Okay, let's get started on the first one. Step 1, own your power. Only you have the power to transform your health and your life. Nobody else can give this to you. You have to claim it and own it for yourself. And as soon as you do that, the healing begins. All of the answers you seek are inside of you. Your soul or intuition, or some call it your gut or your higher self, have all the answers. And when you start asking for them and removing distractions so that you can hear the answers, they are all there for you. So this power comes from where? From who? From you. From your connection to source, all that is, the universe, the field of potentiality, to God, the God particle. Science, quantum mechanics, and quantum physics tells us that we are all connected to this field, this whatever it is that's bigger than us. And if you believe in God, then it's God. If you believe in the universe, then it's the universe. But we are undeniably connected to each other across the world and in the whole world. And so imagine if that is part of you, if all that is you, of course you have the power to transform your life. You have the power to do anything, absolutely anything. You have access to unlimited amounts of healing and of energy because you are that energy. So take your power back from the anxiety, from the panic attacks. Take your power back. Maybe a doctor or a therapist gave you this diagnosis. Well, you don't have to accept that this is going to be a part of your life anymore from today forward. You don't have to accept it. You can take your power back and say, you know what? It's an experience that I'm having in this moment, but it is not who I am. And until you do this, you cannot move forward to healing. You cannot move to the next 4 steps. So health and healing is a choice. There is an allowing and an intending for healing to happen. So it is a choice. And I know that can be hard to hear. And it doesn't mean, again, that there's blame or fault because you are experiencing this. It's just a message. But to move forward is your choice. Appropriate healing will happen when you start this healing journey and you intend for it. Until you get the message you're supposed to get from this anxiety, or until you move through the anxiety, it will be there to remind you, hey, this needs to shift. Hey, this needs to shift. Hey, please love yourself more. Please, please, please love me more. Your body, your soul, your mind is saying to you. Unlimited and instantaneous healing is available to you at any time. Own that, claim that right now. So how do we do it? We claim it, we state it, we choose it. I choose health, I choose peace, I choose love. You have the power to choose not only your external self, not only the way you look, and your hair, and your clothes, and your makeup, if you wear makeup, and your job, and your partner, but you also have the choice to choose your internal self, your internal landscape. How you're thinking, feeling, behaving is all up to you. The second step in the empowered healing method is surrender. So this is an active participation in acknowledging what is so that you may move through it in your highest to uncover more of who you are. Surrender is not a passive state. It is not giving up. It is not waving the white flag that you're just going to take whatever this is that's coming to you. This is not what surrender is. But in surrender, you can see the truth of any illness or imbalance. You can see the truth of the anxiety, of the symptom or the situation in your life, because you're not strangling it anymore. What you fight only gets stronger. So if you're fighting against what's going on, fighting against the anxiety, maybe you're trying to distract yourself, deny it, ignore it, or you're over identified with it, right? And it's all you think about, it's all you talk about. Any of these things only make it stronger. What you resist persists. So if it's like you're strangling it, right? And there's no air. You can't for this this anxiety to breathe and to show you why it's there. Surrender creates peace in our bodies, minds, and hearts, and allows the space for healing. Because in the space of surrender, we are once again, the parasympathetic nervous system is activated, which is the rest state. When you are feeling anxiety and you're in your head, you are in the fight or flight. The sympathetic nervous system is activated, and there is no space for healing, for listening to the messages of your soul. So, suffering cannot exist where there is surrender. When you are completely surrendered to the moment and yielding to the moment, you cannot be suffering. It's impossible. So how do you do it? Pause, breathe, release the wish for anything to be different than it is in this moment. Remember, we're coming back to the present right now, coming back into the heart center, breathing, just being here. Here, you are okay. Feel the relief and the surrender. Just take a big old deep breath and feel the shoulders drop. And just feel your whole body relax. Just saying, okay, right now, I'm feeling this anxiety. Anytime you can close your eyes and breathe and just let it be, whatever it is that is frustrating you. If it's a situation, if it's a person, if you have no idea why you feel anxious, just surrender to it. What does it feel like to surrender completely? Do it right now. Breathe. When you breathe out, just let it all go. Who are you when you surrender? I bet it's someone that you want to spend a lot more time with. So another way to surrender is to name the symptoms. Right now I feel shortness of breath. I feel fatigue. I feel my heart racing. I have a headache. I feel the pain or discomfort in my back, my neck, my leg. Then rate the anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10. Do this now if you're feeling anxious or whenever you are. Okay, I feel this anxiety at a 7 right now. You are accepting what is happening so you can then move through it. When you say, hey, this is what I'm feeling, come on in, you invite it in. Come in and have a cup of tea. Let me get you a sandwich to go with that. There's no more power in it. You're not trying to run away from it. You're not trying to make it go away. These things will not help you. Trying to be calm will not help you. Instead, name it. Once you name it, it no longer has any power over you. Bringing awareness brings you into the present moment, the only place where peace and power lives. So Claire, who actually went through the Heal Yourself Now masterclass, said that when I started this program, I felt like I was at rock bottom. Now, 8 weeks later, I am shocked at the improvement I have made. It's remarkable. Loving yourself is key. When you truly open your heart, it's amazing what and who comes into your life. I absolutely love and believe in this program. Working with Tara changed my life. I am such a different person and I feel so free. And Claire, when she came in, she was struggling with anxiety, lots of anxiety, an eating disorder, and she had had her whole life. And at the end of the 8 weeks, she no longer experienced either of those things. And she really, really transformed as a person. I was so happy to see the effect that it had for her. So number 3 of the empowered healing method is to love. This is to have unconditional love for yourself, the dis-ease, and any struggle or circumstance. Love it to heal it. Love transmutes everything unlike itself back into love. So once you've surrendered and you're in a place of rest, a place of ease, you're going to send love to yourself, the situation, and the anxiety. You're going to say, I love you. And I know that sounds really crazy because when you are in adversity, the thing you want to do is to go abandon yourself and leave and say, wait, if I love it, it's going to stick around. Well, the opposite is actually true. When you love yourself when you're in adversity, it can be the most challenging part, but it's the most necessary. It's when you need yourself the most. Would you abandon your best friend if they're having an anxiety attack? No. So why would you want to leave and check out? Got to be there for yourself. Got to love your own heart, your own amazing, beautiful, tender heart. And you've got to love yourself first. This means that you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. Because if you're just giving, and you're not taking care of yourself, you're really not serving them, whoever you're giving to, because they're not getting the best version of you, and you're not serving yourself. So how do you love in action? You look in the mirror, in your own eyes, and you say, I love you. And do this until it doesn't feel strange. We can say I love you to family and friends and others. Why would it be strange to say it to yourself? You know, this is one of those topics, of course, self-love, which I talk about which is a huge section of work in the course that I teach. But self-love is really the foundation for being able to move forward and heal anything, because until you love yourself and accept yourself completely, it's really challenging to heal something at its root, right? Love, the energy of love, when you feel it in your heart. And if you can't feel your own love, feel the divine love, the love from God or source or the universe, and send it to yourself. The energy of that is at such a high vibration that nothing else, that anxiety, any other disease cannot exist in that place. So look yourself in the eyes and say, I love you. You can say I love you silently or aloud to yourself all day long, as many times as you want. Love the one who's sad, who's angry, who's sick, who's frustrated. If you can't seem to love yourself or love the anxiety, love the one who can't do that. Even though I feel this anxiety, remember we just said we're going to name it. We're going to say I feel it at a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. Even though I feel this anxiety at a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, I completely love and accept myself. Say this to yourself now. Even though I feel this XYZ, I completely love and accept myself. And that love is going to transform you in ways you cannot even imagine. Because you're going to start making choices based on what is most loving to you. All physical imbalance, number 4 of the empowered healing method is listening to the message. All physical imbalance is a message from your body that something needs to change or awareness needs to be brought to some part of your life, like we've already talked about. The anxiety you experience is neither good nor bad, but rather a message or gift to bring you closer to your soul's desires and your true nature, which is, of course, love. When you are not judging the anxiety, the message or gift is able to be revealed. This is important. When you're not judging it as bad, it will show itself to you. So how do we listen to the message in action? Get quiet enough to hear your intuition, your higher self, your soul. Meditation, something huge that I teach in my course, is how, if you've never meditated before, how to meditate. And just the importance of doing this. And it doesn't mean that you have to do it for, an hour a day or 30 minutes a day. You can start with just 3 or 5 minutes. Be in nature alone. Nature is who we are. That's what we come from. You know, we're the same exact matter as nature. So be with it, connect with it, hear what it's trying to tell you. The sound of the waves crashing, the birds chirping, the trees rustling in the wind, the leaves of the trees, and just go for a walk. Be with yourself. There's so many ways to connect to your intuition. Just be open to hearing the message in many, many forms. So you're going to ask for the message, and then you're going to be open to hearing it. And you're going to trust. When you hear the message, you're going to trust. Again, this is something we work on a lot in the program because it can take time to get to the point where you can hear your intuition, to where you can tell the difference between your intuition and your ego and your head, right? They sound different. And then to be able to trust the information and to move forward with it. So Sarah, who I worked with, who had digestive issues and anxiety due to anxiety, she says, Tara can fix and give someone their life back. I am forever grateful to her, and so are the students that I get to teach every day because I'm not running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Sarah is a children's theater teacher. And you know, when you're working with kids, it's impossible to be going to the bathroom all the time. So I'm very grateful that we were able to help Sarah heal herself. So the fifth and final step in the empowered healing method is to take action. Not action for action's sake, but action from your soul. We call this inspired action. So this is when you get the message from your intuition. You are taking action. Without action, nothing changes. You can have the knowledge, you can watch this webinar 10 times, but if you don't do anything about it, nothing in your life is going to change. So what will your life be like in 6 months if you do nothing? Just ask yourself that. What will your life be like in 6 months if you do nothing to move forward with your healing? So based on the message your body is giving you, make a list of action steps that need to be taken for healing. Stay connected with your soul and check in along the way. Is this right? How do I want to feel? How does this feel? Does it feel good? Does it not feel good? You can tell in your body if it's a yes or a no. Do you feel light? Do you feel heavy? Create a plan for yourself, which includes dates, right? Because okay, by this time I'm going to call my sister who I haven't spoken with in 5 years and resolve our issues. Or I'm going to write her a letter. And maybe you never send it, but maybe you just write the letter and start the forgiveness process. List what you're going to add to your life. What routines? Meditation in the morning, taking a walk. You know, what are you going to add? List what you're going to subtract from your life, right? What things are you doing now that do not serve you, that you don't want to do anymore, that you're not happy with, but you keep doing them because you either think you should, someone else thinks you should, you know, that's whatever it is. If it is not adding value and light to your life, you should not be doing it. You should not be doing it. And finally, work with a coach or a guide. You can heal yourself. You absolutely can, but you do need someone to guide you through the process, at least in the beginning, because we'll go into why. So Janet says, since working with Tara, my anxiety has decreased and my stomach issues have improved. The sessions are very relaxing, and the coaching sessions are very relaxing, and I would recommend it highly for anyone dealing with these issues. Since starting treatment, I'm learning that I need to relax more and take things in stride. And Janet totally transformed as well. She became someone who, from a very, very uptight sort of personality, worried about everything all the time, and then she was able to let all that down, let all that go, and then she could finally hear what she really wanted in her life. And it was a beautiful thing to watch. So what we've covered so far, I know there was a lot, and I know we went through it quickly, but just know that if you follow these steps, even a little bit, even if you can follow these steps on the surface level, things are going to start shifting for you. So we've covered own your power, surrender, love what is in yourself unconditionally, neutralize and hear the message your body's giving you, and take necessary action to move you towards healing. So as promised, I have a special invitation for you. Again, I'm not selling anything, but I am inviting you to sign up for a complimentary healing discovery session with me. If you're struggling with an anxiety disorder and it's running your life, You need help. If you're here, if you're still listening to this, if you're still watching this, you are obviously looking for help, and it's no accident that you found my presentation and that you're here. It's a sign that you're ready to move forward. So that's wonderful. So why work with someone who will guide you? Why can't you just do it on your own? Well, I'm going to keep you accountable. That means I'm going to keep you accountable to what you say you're going to start doing, little action steps that you're going to take. Doesn't mean I'm judging you. I'm just keeping you accountable to your word to yourself, to your commitment to yourself. Right now, you likely cannot see yourself clearly. You need help to identify your specific blocks to healing in order to transmute them back into love. It's my job to offer you the environment of healing in every aspect of your life, which is what the course I offer does. And I am 1000% committed to your success. This is all I do. This is the absolute joy of my life, is guiding you through this transformational process so that you can actually live a life that you want to live. I will guide and support you on your journey home to yourself. You have the answers within yourself, like I said. My gift is to help you find what they are and then take action on them so transformation can happen. So I can help guide you up this ladder of consciousness to the stars and beyond. You may know and even understand some of the concepts we've been talking about today, but if you still don't have the health you desire, then you're not practicing the things that will heal you, and you haven't yet committed to yourself 100%, right? So let me help you put that key in the door and turn it. If you feel hopeless about recovery, you need to awaken the most powerful healer in the universe, you. If you've been working at getting better and you're not well, it's likely you've been focused only or mostly on the physical aspects of healing, possibly the mental, ignoring all of the other levels in which healing must happen, which are the emotional, relational, again, the mental, and the spiritual. A physical imbalance is not created on the physical level. Remember, that's the last place it shows up, so it cannot be fully healed on the physical level. So are you awake yet? I hope so. I hope you're waking up to the truth of who you are. So if you're ready to experience energy throughout the day, waking up refreshed and excited, vitality in every area of your life, ease in your mind and body, able to do all the things you want to do and actually enjoy life, feel wholeness, peace, and joy, live in the moment, in the present moment. If you want a pain-free body and a clear head, a good full night's sleep, feeling refreshed in the morning, a healthy libido and good sex, more love for yourself and your relationships, a deeper spiritual connection giving you more peace in every moment, connection to your intuition and all the answers you seek forever, being happier and lighter and having more fun, the freedom to do what you want, be who you are, and live the life you dream of, which is finally an anxiety-free life. If you're ready to experience that, then I invite you to work with me like Linda did. I suffered from anxiety attacks that went from moderate to severe for some time. After working with Tara, the anxiety has abated. I no longer suffer from the terrible anxiety attacks. Many thanks, Tara. And I'm so happy to have been able to help Linda in that way. So if you're ready to move forward right now and intend for no more living with this anxiety, then sign up for a healing discovery session with me. There's no obligation and no charge. It's about a 30-minute call. And I promise you, even if we don't end up working together, it is likely to be a 30 minutes that could change your life anyway. We're going to explore what message your body is giving you in the form of the anxiety disorder, discover an instant plan of action unique to you to catalyze healing, and get one simple step you can do now to feel better and be closer to freedom. So no matter what, you're going to feel better after this call. So fill out the form and get a spot for our call at this address, or you can click below this webinar. You'll see a spot. You can click and fill out this form. It's just a short form that needs to be, that I would like for you to fill out before we have our call so that I can help you better on the call and we can get right down to what's going on for you. So I acknowledge you for taking the time to invest in yourself and your anxiety-free life. You are committed to healing because you're here. And this is the first step for any successful healing journey. And I wish you many, many, many successes, whether I speak to you or don't speak to you. But I do hope to speak to you. So thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you and your awakening. Your awakening in the world. So as promised, here are your free gifts. You can just click below the webinar to get your intuitive investigation audio and your inspiration sheet to create your own healing mantra. And again, you can fill out this form here to sign up for your healing discovery session with me, Tara Long, the Health Alchemist. And let's get you living inside of this bubble, and then let's burst that bubble so it can just go out into all of the rest of your life. And when we do speak on the phone and discuss what it might look like to work together, if it's not a good fit, I'm going to let you know that. If I think that for whatever reason, what I have to offer is not a good fit for you, I'm definitely going to tell you. I don't take on all the clients that I speak with, because I am just in the high integrity that I have in my life and my business. I want to make sure that it's a right fit for you and for me. So there really is no obligation for this call. It's just to get to know each other and see if I'm a good fit for your needs in this moment. And if not, then I will likely have some other options for you or other places to refer you to. So thank you so much. I'm grateful for you, and I wish you all the best on your healing journey, wherever it takes you. So much aloha.